What's going on, everybody? What's going on? This is Leonard Miles, aka 2 Degrees in the CDL, live from Alabama. I just passed through Birmingham not too long ago, so probably about an hour away from Montgomery, and then of course home, Columbus, Georgia. So yeah, definitely looking forward to being home for the evening and just relaxing. I hope that all truckers out there, you just continue to be safe. I'm on my break right now, so I just decided to come on here and just talk a little bit still about my trucking journey and how's everything been going for the most part. The one particular story I'm gonna talk about today is running into an owner operator in North Carolina. And the title of this is going to be or not to be an owner operator. So I remember this just like it was yesterday. So I had to pick up a load from Scott City, Missouri, and I had to take it over to Franklinville, North Carolina. So for those who are familiar, with Interstate 40 going through Nashville and Knoxville, you know how it is in the mountains. Like that is rough. I haven't been down I-40 in a while, and I can tell you I don't miss it at all. I don't miss riding on those mountains at all, period. So I'm looking for a place to pull over for the night to get a room and everything. And I stumbled upon this hotel. I believe it was called Mountain Brook, if I'm not mistaken. Mountain Brook Inn. So I pulled over. I saw some other truckers that were already parked outside there. So I'm like, all right, some of these truckers are already, they off the road for the night. They're already in. So I'm looking outside my mirror right now. I'm up here at the Loves. My man up here doing some box jumps on the little podium where you put the diesel you put the diesel pump back at. Yeah, he said he got to stay active. I love it, man. I love it. I can't wait to work out tonight. But let me get back to the story though. So I pull up and I see another driver. He was out there and he's on the phone. He's having a full conversation. And I get out my truck, and everything. And he was like, man, you about to go in there and get a room for the night? I'm like, yeah. He's like, when you come back out, can you let me know the price? I said, all right, cool, man, no problem. So I go in there, talk to the guy. They tell me it's $89. I'm like, all right, cool. They give truckers a discount. I'm like, all right, cool. That's even better. Let's put on the seatbelt so I can get ready to head on up out of here, y'all. But I go out there and I tell him the price, and he's like, I said, man, I can't even pay for that, man. I said, what about your company, man? I said, don't your company pay for it? He's like, nah. I said, my company pays for pretty much everything while I'm out here, man. I said, it's crazy that the people that you work for won't even pay for it. He's like, nah, man, I'm an owner operator. I said, oh, okay. I said, so how's that been going? He said, man, it's been going smooth, man. He said, he's like, I like it. I'm like, all right, so how long you been doing it? He said, I've been doing it for a year. I said, all right, cool, man, cool. So then he goes into his story. So he's like, yeah, man, I'm just coming from Illinois, Peoria. Shout out to Peoria. I've had to stay over in that area. Like, yeah, man, I'm just coming from Peoria, man. And I didn't know this about Peoria at the time until he told me. Man, I went to the casino. As soon as he said that, I automatically knew what it was. He's like, man, I lost all my money. I said, all your money? He's like, yeah, man. He said, I lost all my money. He's like, man, I lost $450. I was like, dang. Okay. All right. said, dang, man, that's crazy, man. Like, I said, that's really crazy. He's like, man, he said, I already gassed up my truck and everything. He said, but, he said, yeah, man. He said, I was trying to just see what the room rate was and everything. So I'm like, all right, man. All right, well. And he was like, man, you don't think they'll mind me sleeping out here in my truck in their parking lot, do you? I'm like, nah, man. I said, it don't appear nobody else is coming in. So, hey, man, you should be straight for the night. And that was pretty much it as far as the conversation with me and him. You know, I told him good night. And I told him, you know, hey, man, be safe out here, man, and be safe on the road. So I asked the question again, to be or not to be an owner-operator. And I say that because if you know that you have to, if you know that everything is all on you as an owner-operator, don't you know you need to be, shouldn't you know that you should be more responsible with your money? You know, I'm looking at, you know, the fuel, it costs $450. Fuel, depending on where you at, fuel costs $450. So you may have blew your fuel. What if the truck breaks down at that moment? You already out $450. So that's another L that you're taking. Like I said, my interaction with Buddy was short, but I just feel like I got enough out of the situation. I got enough out of the conversation to just realize that, hey, like, maybe being an owner operator is not the best thing for him, and maybe he needs to be a company driver. There's nothing wrong with being a company driver until you're able to, put up enough capital to survive out here on this road. Like period. Because once you're out here, once you purchase that truck, it's all or nothing. That's how I look at it. It's all or nothing. But don't you think that when you become an owner operator, you want to be more strategic in how you approach it, especially when we're talking about handling your money? And the fact that he tells me his story about how he gambled it away, it's like, man, that's irresponsible as a business owner. That's very irresponsible. Like, I pray that he don't have any other drivers under him, because, man, like, if you just out here doing your own thing, and if you can't manage your money to get it from point A to point B, man, we're not going to be talking about you having multiple trucks. So I still plan on being an owner operator, and I'm not in any rush to be an owner operator. My main thing right about now, is just to continue to take care of my financial responsibilities, paying down debt, paying it completely off. Because I realize that once you buy a truck, you get an insurance, you get whatever it takes, the tags, the MC number, like, you name it. Like, it's a lot of things that come into being an owner operator. So being able to have that capital to the side, and also being mentally prepared, for what's to come, that's key. Just because you have the money doesn't mean that you should be running out there just being an owner operator. That's not what that means. Just because you have the money, somebody say, oh man, I got a deal for you for a truck. Like, how you manage your money if you're a company driver. If you're a company driver and you're living paycheck to paycheck, which I bumped into drivers before, and it's like, yeah, man, I party all weekend, man, so I can't wait to get paid again on Friday. You're not ready to be an owner operator. If you're not able to budget your money the way that it needs to be, then you need to stay a company driver until you develop some discipline. So, like I said, I definitely plan on being an owner operator. I just know that, there's a lot of things that have to be done before that happens. Every opportunity to get out there doesn't mean that it's your opportunity. So, what do you all think? Do you all think that being an owner operator is worth it? Do you feel like being a company driver is the best option? There's pros and cons to both, just depending on who you ask. But I do believe that being an owner operator is the long-term goal, but you need to be smart with your money, because as a business owner, when you're out here, it's all on you. You don't have that safety net of the company. You don't have that, oh, I'm going to get paid next week when I blow my money. You blow your money as an owner operator, you blow your money. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment. And like I said, to all my truckers, just continue to be safe. And until next time, y'all be blessed.